Tom Power on Radio 2 Morning.
Friday morning. That's the best news in the world. Friday morning, February 20th. My name is Tom Power. You're listening to Radio 2.
IDs are the worst. Today's IDs are the worst of any of those teams. You know, to quote, again, we're referencing him great, but we love him. Jeff Blair has basically said, like, reality has been beaten into the Leafs fans about where their franchise is, what their value is, what the players' individual value is. I don't think it's happened yet for Blue Jays fans. They almost do think you can put a package together and acquire Bryce Harper for 3 or 4 really good young players that the Jays have. You couldn't. You know what? I think it's opposite. I think opposite in this sense. I think there's so much negativity emanating around Blue Jays fans over a team that's above average, speaking in the major leagues, where they don't think the players they have are very good. I think it's very opposite of maybe how you view your Leafs. Well, okay, so they don't do anything. They play Atlanta tonight. We're going to talk to Paul Jones from Atlanta after 7:40. A win in their 5.5 games back. And I do wonder. Tonight will be game 64, okay? Or rather, 54. There'll be 28 left after tonight. What do you think? We missed the Raptors. It's been 9 days. We're happy they're coming back. They don't even play at home again for another 7 days. They're at Houston tomorrow. They get the best team in basketball gold. Sure. I love hockey. I love watching the Leaf games, but one game might be running into the other one a little bit here. Well, you've got 1 and 2 in a conference in one sport. You've got 26 and 27 overall in the other more traditional sport. Both kind of interesting in their own way.
No, they are both interesting in their own way. So let me ask. My question to you would be this: you can weigh in on text. We'll actually take some calls on this after 8 o'clock. But you can weigh in on text 590-590 on Twitter, fan590 Walker, Brady fan590. If, let's say Toronto doesn't win this game tonight, because I do think if they win, there's some interest in thinking, we're 5.5 games out, could we be first overall? Could we get on a little bit of a roll, beat all these terrible Atlantic Division teams, which we've beaten so handily so far? They got 7 or 8 games left against their own division. There's going to be more Celtics and more Sixers and more next week.
Atlanta's not winning another 19 in a row.
No, and they're not doing that yet. They're not doing that either. It's even tough for Cleveland to have gone back from 500 to get where they've gotten. So, that said, this will be fun if they win tonight. If they don't win tonight, I think we'll all say, sayonara, adios, you're looking at first overall. But is there even a little bit of a tune-out factor, or is the appetite for the Raptors so significant that people will be fascinated by the seeding? You and I were saying in the 6 o'clock hour, Miami should give people some cold sweats. You'd love not to play Miami. You'll take Charlotte, Milwaukee, Boston, Detroit, Brooklyn, you name it. Everybody before the Heat in the first round. Because arrested Wade, Bosch, and Deng, you add what they've added now in Dragic, you don't want to play them. But do you think there's a little bit of we want meaningful games for the Raptors, and to me, they can really push that into the stratosphere with a win tonight, because then what you're playing for is first overall, and everybody wants that. And we haven't had a team here, the Leafs, even their good years with Sundin, they were never a 1 seed in the conference, never that high.
If the Raptors win tonight, yeah, I think then it gets really real.
Yeah.
Because then your meaningful game, like you said, is, hey, could we finish first overall in the conference? It'd be a lot of fun. I think it's a win-win, because I think, and maybe the Leafs have pushed people to this thinking. I think more and more people are saying to themselves, hey, listen, let's just enjoy the ride here. They're going to win. But the Raptors are going to set a franchise record for wins. Might be 50, might be 55, might be 60. Who knows? Might be 57 wins.
Yeah.
55.
Okay, sorry, that's fine.
Right? So just enjoy it. This is a team that in a city that is famous for losing, they're going to go out on the floor and they're going to win almost every night. And you're going to finish second overall, and you hope it's not Miami, but maybe it is. Maybe it's Milwaukee. Maybe it's Detroit. I don't know. So, if you win tonight, yes, the conversation will start to get real. Or can they catch Atlanta? Or can Atlanta come back to the pack a little bit?
And then you're looking at the opposite of what happened last year. That was a rarity to have a Game 7 at home in a playoff series in the NBA where you lose. Happens all the time in the NHL. We know that. Major League Baseball, throw it out the window. NHL, throw it out the window. but you're going to win 75 to 80% of the time when you get to Game 7. So if you do happen to get LeBron in Cleveland, if you do happen to get Derrick Rose in the Bulls, want that game. You have to have that game to have a better chance of winning. Period. End of story.
Atlanta and the Raptors tonight. You can catch right here on 590 The Fan. Tip-off is 7:30, pregame at 7. You can watch it on Sportsnet 1 as well. It is 7:09. Brady Walker, let's get you what else you need to know.
This is your Friday morning six-pack. 6 things you need to start your day.
Number 6, we will start with that weather. It has been a cold week, and yes, today is colder than any day so far. The extreme cold weather warning is in effect for the GTA. Minus 22 as we speak, but the wind chill feels more like minus 33. We'll drop down a little even more, minus 25, before slowly moving up to the sunshine today. I know it was a very sobering moment this week with 3-year-old Elijah yesterday that passed away, and it's cold up here. What can you say?
Yeah, it's limited the outdoor hockey, I would guess, to some extent. I've been looking on ponds and lakes just in the last couple of days in my neighborhood.
Not playing today.
Yeah, not happening.
Number 5, San Diego Chargers and Oakland Raiders announced yesterday they have collaborated on a proposal to build a privately financed shared stadium in Carson, California for $1.7 billion.
I think there's two groups of thought here, two schools of thought. One, very suspicious that this is just a shakedown of your local government, your California government. Federal governments don't get involved in funding sports teams and sports stadiums in the States. It has happened here before, quite obviously. When we had a really low dollar, there was that debate in the House of Commons. Should we help all these Canadian teams out in the NHL? But there is a very real issue with stadiums, and fiscally it makes sense. You don't think about what a football stadium can put on, Andrew, in terms of events that like the ACC can be full almost every night. It almost is full every night with something or other. You don't have that option with an 80,000 seat football stadium. So you got 10 games in preseason. You got another 10 games. You might get 5.